Well, welcome everyone to Love versus Hate. My name is Anne, and I'm your old-fashioned nerd.
And I'm Emily, your mainstream millennial.
And on this podcast, Emily and I like to debate about things in life that we love and hate.
And sometimes I'm nice and I go with the script and I say, and usually we don't agree. But lots of times people agree with me more.
Okay, yeah. Well, I appreciate your effort, Emily. There was effort there, and I appreciated it. I saw it.
Thank
you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, today we're going to be talking about duos and trying to compare. Do Emily and I compare to these duos? And, are we like them? Are we different?
We're going to compare if we compare.
Yeah, I like it. It's like Inception.
Ooh.
Kind of, maybe?
Yes, but before we do that, I have this awesome book that I found. I don't remember where I found it, but I think it was at Target because that's a magical place. And I wish I could be there right now.
Me too. I mean, you technically can go. There's a lot of restricted times and, yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
okay,
I got this before quarantine, so it's safe.
Okay.
And it's called What Kind of Quiz Book Are You? And I actually keep this in my car, so when I go on road trips or just like whenever somebody else is in the car with me, there's something fun to do. Anne and I have played this before, but there's a couple ones that I found that we can do for this episode, and it's a this or that. So based on these questions that we answer, we're going to find out if Anne and I are more like Mickey or Minnie Mouse. Are you ready, Anne?
Yeah, I want to say, though, I think I'm Mickey and you're Minnie.
Well.
Would you agree?
Yeah. But we gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Which movie genre do you prefer, action or comedy?
I mean, I like both, depending on my mood.
Ugh, pick one. I prefer...
I'll say comedy.
Okay, that's what I would say too. Which candy do you prefer, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups or Sweet Tarts?
Reese's.
That's what I would say too. Who would pick Sweet Tarts over that?
Yeah, really.
Do you prefer warm or cool colors?
Cool.
I would say warm. Do you prefer cheese popcorn or caramel popcorn?
Ooh, caramel.
I would say cheese. I'm more of in like a salty flavored mood.
I just love the sweet.
All right. Would you rather drive a truck or an SUV?
SUV. Trucks scare me.
Yeah, I would agree.
I had a friend who had this old beat up truck that I had to drive once because we had gone out to the bars together and I was DD, but I forgot that I'd have to drive her big scary truck. And the whole time I was probably going like 4 miles an hour.
They're scary. They're real big. You don't know what you're going to hit.
Are. Yeah, well, and it was an older one, so it was making all these weird noises.
Yeah, no, can't have that. Do you prefer Xbox or Wii?
Xbox.
I would probably prefer Wii just because I'm more comfortable with it. And I can play tennis and like bowling and stuff instead of Call of Duty, which I'm horrible at. Would you rather be good at cooking or at baking?
Ooh. I'm going to say for the Great British Baking Show, baking.
I would say cooking so I could cook dinner real good.
Yeah. Well, you can make good dinner baking.
Okay. Do you prefer YouTube or Netflix?
Netflix.
Yeah, I would probably have to agree. Do you prefer soft pretzels or hard pretzels?
Soft pretzels.
Who the heck prefers hard pretzels over soft?
I don't. Yeah.
Now I want a soft pretzel. Dang it.
Me too, and I want it with cheese.
Do you look older or younger than your actual age?
Oh, I definitely look older. Everybody always has said I look older than
really
I am. Oh yeah.
I think I'm.
They're either
younger.
I would say younger for you. Yeah. Usually people with me are either close or they're over when they guess. So
interesting. Do you prefer salty or sweet foods? Mine's salty because I just said that.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably say I'll say sweet. I mean, I really like both.
Which animated movie do you prefer, Monsters, Inc. or Wreck-It Ralph?
Guess Monsters, Inc. The first one, not University.
Yeah, I would say Monsters, Inc. I haven't seen Wreck-It Ralph. Okay, so I definitely got mostly A's, and you got mostly B's. So, surprising. I got Mickey Mouse, and you got Minnie Mouse.
Really?
I'm guessing it's because of the sweet and salty thing.
Oh, that would make sense.
All right, so now I have one more, and it is, based on the sliced foods you pick, are you Shrek or Donkey?
I feel like, who do you think who would you pick us to be?
I feel like I'm more Shrek and you're more Donkey because you like to talk a lot. And I'm kind of the grumpier one.
Donkey!
Shut up! Get off of my swamp!
But are you sure? I mean, I just came here because I'm lonely. I don't remember why he comes, but yeah, I would probably say the same. All right, let's see if the book agrees.
All right, so pick a sliced food, ham or bread?
Bread.
I would say bread as well. Because
I love
carbs.
bread.
Pick a sliced food, lasagna or pizza?
Lasagna.
I would say pizza, even though lasagna sounds real good too.
Mm-hmm.
Pick a sliced food, cake or pie?
Cake.
I would say pie. I don't really like either though.
What? Girl, you cray cray.
I would rather have a brownie or a cookie or ice cream.
Oh, actually, well, I mean, brownies are by far my top, but cake, though.
Just cake is
really
sometimes just like so dry and disgusting. I'm just like,
you need to have a Batch House. Shout out quick to Batch House Bakery in Madison, Wisconsin. You need to have one of their cakes. It is dense and moist and delicious. And I know a lot of people don't associate moist with delicious, but whatever, get over yourselves. Moist is a totally normal word. That took me a lot to get that out.
All right, next question. Pick a sliced food, bagel or cheesecake? Oh,
cheesecake.
Cheesecake for the win.
Yes. Who would pick bagel over cheesecake?
I don't know.
Some
maybe
health nut,
like
probably.
a psychopath or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't trust those people. Just kidding.
Pick a sliced food, cheese or bacon?
Bacon.
I would say bacon as well. I had bacon today and it was so good, but it has to be like super crispy and crunchy.
I agree. It has to be almost ash.
Yeah. Watermelon or apple?
I think apple.
Wow, I would pick watermelon.
Have you ever had like a fresh apple from the tree? Like apple picking?
I don't know. I think so.
Those are the best apples in the world. That's all I have to say.
Cornbread or meatloaf?
Meatloaf.
Yeah, same. Pick a sliced food, sausage or potatoes?
Potatoes.
I don't really like sausage or potatoes, but I guess I'll go with potatoes. Avocado or cucumber?
Ooh. I do love my guac.
But it's sliced food.
That's fair. I'll go cucumber.
Yeah, that's what I would choose. Frittata or French toast?
French toast.
Yeah, French toast. So,
we're going to get the same.
The results are in, and we are both Shrek.
Okay.
We're both really grumpy people.
Well, I mean, I am kind of a stay-at-home body. I do like being at home and in comfort and not bothered by people.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was the book. They also had, like, guess what? Find your match. Who am I? A bunch of cool things. So if you are, even if you're stuck at home and you just want to ask your friends these questions and quizzes, check it out. Not sponsored, but, it's whatever.
We're working
promo.
on it. We're working on it.
But yeah, so now on to duos. Besides Shrek and Donkey, which we're both Shrek, it's fine. We can share.
Yeah, no, I'm okay with it.
I wanted to talk about Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsey because they are awesome. They both also do a podcast together called Office Ladies. If you haven't heard of it by now, you probably have, but it's amazing. And Yeah, so I just have a couple things to let you all know why we
And
are like them.
before you get into it, Emily, just in case our listeners don't know, Jenna Fisher is Pam from The Office, and then
Yeah.
Angela is Angela from The Office. So that can give you guys kind of a point of reference if you did not know who they were.
Thank you. Yeah. And their
You're welcome.
podcast just like goes over episode by episode of The Office. They just talk about like some fun facts, behind the scenes stuff, and just whatever the heck they want to talk about. Like in the episode that I'm going to refer to a lot today, it's the performance review episode. And they talk a lot about stuff that like just really reminded me of Anne and I when I was listening to it. I was like, literally, Anne was sitting right next to me. I was like, Anne, you will not believe how similar we are. Because
it was
it's
actually
just
kind of
crazy.
creepy. Yeah.
So Jenna always points out when Angela like mispronounces words or she says words wrong. Just like I do. I make fun of Anne all the time when she doesn't say her NGs, as we all know. Dang it. So in that specific episode that I just talked about, she points out that Angela says chunk it instead of chuck it. But apparently that's a Texas thing, and it's not just Angela. But some things that Angela says, Jenna's just like, why do you say that? Like, that's so weird. And then in that same episode at around 42 minutes, this was the crazy part that I was like, holy crap, we are the same people. Angela is talking about Star Wars or Lord of the Rings or something, and how she's like, oh my gosh, I love that. Don't you love that, Jenna? And she's like, I've never seen Star Wars or Lord of the Rings. And I was like,
Angela's
oh my gosh. Yeah, Angela
clearly
freaked
upset.
out. She was like,
Yes,
how?
she was in the right.
How? And Jenna was like, I just really don't like to learn like the rules and like all these new things about this separate world and all these different people and creatures. Like, I'm not about it. And I'm like, girl, I can relate. And
I'm just like, Angela, like, are you insane? It's like the best, like, it's so good. I just don't know what else to say. It's amazing.
Yeah. And then the episode goes on and Jenna says, okay, listen, I tried to watch it when I was younger, but I fell asleep. It was so boring. And I was like, oh my gosh. And literally, this is me. I fell asleep while I was watching one of them. I don't know which one, but I just got bored because there was too much sand. And then it just continues on, people. It just gets weirder. And Jenna is like, I don't like fantasy just like you don't like horror and scary movies. And I was like, Anne, listen to this.
I hate horror movies. I do not watch horror movies ever.
Yeah.
None.
So yeah, it's just crazy to me how similar we are in that sense. So yeah, that episode, just give it a listen, and it's basically you're just listening to Anne and I talking. It's just what it is.
So basically what we need to do is we need to get Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsley to listen to Love versus Hate so that they can also compare themselves to us. And then we can get that connection. Emily, we still, hashtag help Emily find Jenna. Or what was our
2020
hashtag?
goal? I don't know.
Yeah, we got to keep pushing for that.
Yeah. So that's Angela and Jenna. I'm sure there are probably many other similarities, but those are the main similarities that I was just mind blown about when I heard them. And I was like, girl, Angela, who are you? I don't even know.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of weird, but I think their friendship is just kind of similar to ours too. And I think, definitely personalities were kind of similar. Like, I think Angela is definitely the more heavy talker, and Jenna has to like talk her down from talking too much.
Yeah, definitely.
And that is me.
Yeah, Jenna's kind of sassy. Like, sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how sassy she is. But then I listen back to our podcast and I'm like, why am I so mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Angela, I feel you. Girl, I feel you.
Jenna, I'm with you.
I definitely, when we were talking about doing this episode, I immediately had to tell Emily about how we're like Grace and Frankie. And they're fictional characters. They're not real. It's from the show Grace and Frankie. It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. And Emily, you haven't watched it yet, have you?
No, I haven't.
Ah, you should. You would like it. This is one I think we would both love. And it's not so much that Emily and I are a lot like the characters. It's just their relationship and their friendship is a lot, I think, like ours. And I just see a lot of similarities. Like, so Frankie is very much so the person who's kind of, go with the flow, very just wants to kind of do her own thing and is kind of cute. And that's what, like, you love about her. Whereas Grace is much more like kind of planned and strict, and she has like her whole life is kind of planned out, and she is very organized, and Frankie is not, and that drives Grace crazy because Frankie is very unorganized. And I just see a lot of similarities because like even like the way that Frankie will communicate, like some of my favorite moments is she will send Grace a text and Grace is like, oh no, I can tell exactly what Frankie is doing and exactly how she's feeling because she only sent me 5 exclamation points. I need to go. I need to help her. And she like their way of communicating is very, what's that term where it's like, you don't have to actually. Yes, intuitive. Thank you. And I feel like you and I communicate like that a lot as well.
Yeah.
Where we can just really tell how each other is feeling with just like simple like intuition.
Like, yeah, how we talk to each other or how we like message each other. You can totally tell like, oh, Anne is not doing so well right now. She's probably in a crappy mood. Why is she like this? What happened?
Yeah, like we just pick up on that very, very easily.
More like me, I'm in a crappy mood.
Yeah. No, the other day you like sent me one word response to something. I was like, are you okay?
And I was like, no,
I'm stressed. But yeah, so I think that's like very similar. And then also just like how annoyed Grace gets with Frankie. I feel like also applies to us where sometimes Frankie will do something and Grace is just like, Frankie, why? She just like gets so annoyed with her. And I'm like, yeah, I feel like that's me. I'm definitely the Frankie and you are by far the Grace. But yeah, like I said, it's great. Frankie is very much kind of this like hippie character, and Grace is kind of the businesswoman. So like I said, the characters aren't necessarily the similarity, but definitely the relationship wise, there's a lot of parallels. But at the same time, even though they're like very different, and they have very different interests, and they're just like polar opposite personalities, they are best friends, and like they get along super well. And yeah, so that's what I feel like we're like that too.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you know what would be really fun?
Tell me.
If we recreated like photos from Grace and Frankie, like of Grace and Frankie.
That's such a good idea. And then we could do that with Jenna Fisher and Angela Kinsley too.
Yeah. Okay, let's find some photos and we can recreate them. And then you guys can go check them out and see how we did on our Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. You can find us all at Love vs. Hate Podcast. I think on Twitter we're Love vs. Hate. I don't know. You'll find us.
How are we going to do it with the quarantine, though? Is this going to be an after the quarantine thing?
I think we can. I'll try and find like photos where we're separated or something, maybe, or I don't know.
Even though I definitely like when we talked about just duos that were like Grace and Frankie were the first that popped in my head. Do you think there are other duos that were also like? Should we do a lightning round? Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Famous duos. So I always immediately, whenever I think of duos, I immediately think of like Abbott and Costello or Laurel and Hardy. Do you even know who they are? Okay. That's okay.
Not really.
I'm pretty sure they were on an earlier episode. I remember talking about them. I couldn't tell you what episode, but they were a comedy group or a comedy duo, and so they're kind of that like straight man versus funny man, and that was the same with like Laurel and Hardy too, kind of. But Laurel and Hardy came first. They were like in the I want to say like They were like the kind of late 1920s to mid 1940s. So they were like that classic like slapstick comedy where they're like very childlike and clumsy and like they smack each other around kind of. But I don't know if we actually are like them all that much because, like I said, they're a very specific comedy group. But if we had to pick, though, I think, well, you don't even know who they are.
I want to be Hardy.
That probably does make sense because he's
I like
the
the
sort
Hardee's
of straight man,
fries.
and he like looks after. That actually does kind of make sense because he kind of looks after Stan because Stan is like the slightly. Well, he's just like more innocent and kind of naive, and so like he'll do things. And Oliver Hardy, he's always just like, "Why are you doing that?" So I think that could apply.
Cool. One of the ones that comes first to my head is Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen because, wow, just amazing.
Aren't they like twins though?
Yeah, they're twins. How did you guess?
I don't know what their personalities are like.
Well, growing up, I always wanted to be like Ashley because she was the more girly one and Mary-Kate was more of like the tomboy one.
Oh, okay.
So
I feel like if you had to classify us in those terms, I am more tomboyish.
Yeah.
Than you are.
So yeah, you're Mary-Kate. Okay, Mary-Kate next. Have you seen the movie Baby Mama?
Nope. Oh, does that sound like a movie I would see, Emily? Come on, give me a break. I'm an old-fashioned
you need to watch it because it's an amazing movie and there's a duo in there. It's Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, which they're amazing.
I am 100% on board with Amy Poehler and Tina Fey as a duo though. Like even if I don't know that movie, like I know that they're best friends and they're hilarious. So
yeah. So we can just do Tina and Amy and not their characters in Baby Mama.
Yes.
But if we were doing their characters in Baby Mama, I would definitely be Tina Fey's character Kate because she's one of those people who has a clean house. She has everything in order, and then Amy's character Angie comes along and she just is like she's like really out there and just like not that you're like or anything, but
I mean, you did describe the way I talk like that. I don't know if it's this episode or a previous one, but
oh yeah, I think it was maybe, I don't remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tina Fey, Amy Poehler, who would you be?
I feel like Amy Poehler is actually a lot more sassy in real life than I think people realize, and Tina. So I feel like you would be Amy Poehler and I would be Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know much about like them personally either.
Yeah, I know their characters better. Obviously, like Leslie Knope, I mean, classic, and Liz Lemon. Do you even know who I'm talking about right now?
I mean, I know that Leslie is the main character in Parks and Rec, but I don't know the other person that you're talking about.
Liz Lemon is the main character in 30 Rock.
Oh, okay.
Which I think if we were doing those two characters, I think you would be more like Amy Poehler Leslie Knope in Parks and Rec because of how organized she is. Mostly for that fact alone. I know she's kind of high energy, but Liz Lemon is a bit of a slob. So in those terms, I think we would split like that. But
I mean, for all of you listening and don't know Anne, I would not say that she's a slob. I know that we keep saying that she gets like the messier character. She's not really a messy person, but I'm just more clean. So
yeah, thank you. Yes, it's true. You've seen my apartment. My apartment's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just gotta throw that out there. I'm not trying to hate on Anne, and you guys shouldn't either. I mean, I do hate on Anne, but it's all in fun.
Yeah, and only you can do it.
The other ones I have are Michael Scott and Dwight. Or we could do Dwight and Jim. I don't know which one you want to do. Maybe Dwight and Jim, because who wants to be Michael Scott? I don't think anybody does.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, I don't really know who wants to be Dwight.
I mean, I would be Dwight, because I love Dwight. He's so funny.
Dwight is hilarious.
I feel like I kind of could be Dwight.
Yeah, but
I get annoyed easily like Dwight.
Is.
But I get annoyed easily like Dwight.
Jim, I think gets annoyed easily, too. And, like, think literally Bears beats best Battlestar Galactica. Like, come on.
Yeah, and I am sarcastic like Jim.
Yeah,
I
and Jim
guess,
is
yeah.
100% the sort of mainstream, trendy, cool guy.
All right, you've convinced me. I'm Jim and you're Dwight.
Okay.
Bert and Ernie. Which one
I
is
think I am
which?
definitely Bert is the shorter one. Ernie. Oh wait, no.
Which one's the grumpier one?
Bert is definitely the tall one,
Yeah.
and Ernie's the short one.
Yep.
Yeah, Bert's yellow. I definitely think I'm Ernie.
Yeah,
and
I
you're Bert.
totally agree. You're the rubber ducky. You're the one.
You're the one.
And I'm like, shut up.
Shut up. Yep, that is 100% us.
Yeah.
That's actually a decent comparison, I think.
Yeah. Do you have any other famous duos?
What about?
Ooh, I got a good one too.
Okay, you go first.
Cat dog.
Oh.
Actually, I don't really know
Honestly-
anything about them.
Honestly, I feel like I am more like a dog and you're more like a cat.
Real? Oh, yeah, I guess. Because you're more like, hi. You're more friendly, and I'm not.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a little more yeah. I think that's accurate.
Ooh, I have another good one.
Okay.
Crime Junkies hosts, India and Brit.
India.
Ashley, sorry.
You mean
I don't know why
Ashley?
I said India.
I was very why on
Ashley
earth did you say that?
Flowers. Crime. Okay, I'm going to restart. Actually, no, it's funny.
Okay. I
think you're definitely more Ashley because you are much better at speaking than me, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, she did that. I can't believe it.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I guess I could agree with that in a way. I don't think they're not as good as of a comparison as Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
But what about Sherlock and Watson?
I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know who Watson
I
is.
would say, I would actually. I feel like you would actually be more Sherlock because you really like to solve puzzles and you love crime, and I'm more just along for the ride. So, like, I can help here and there, but I'm really just kind of along for the ride. So, I think that would be that way.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh, man. So that was a fun lightning round. I think out of all of them, I liked Bert and Ernie the best. I feel like that's the most accurate description.
I would have to agree. But if we missed any, you guys should totally let us know. You can let us know on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or you can even email us at loveversushatepodcast@gmail.com.
Yes, absolutely. Let us know what other famous duos out there do you think we are like.
Yes.
Ooh, can I do one last one?
Yeah, do it.
Luigi and Mario.
Oh, that's a good one. I don't know who I am. I just know that
I think
they race cars.
they're plumbers for one, Emily.
Oh.
And they're brothers.
Oh.
Did you know that they're plumbers? Did you know that? Yeah, that's why they go in pipes and stuff.
Oh. Well,
Mm-hmm.
the more you know.
I mean, again, don't really know their full personalities, but I think
Which one goes,
I don't know.
ooh-wee? Or do they both?
I feel like both.
Oh.
It's like,
I think you're both Mario and Luigi. And I am
kind of
Boo.
Yeah, you're the
Ooh,
bad guys.
I just thought of another one. Sully and Mike.
Ooh, that is a good one. I'm definitely, I think, Sully. And I think you're Mike.
I love that.
Because, I feel like you have to, because Mike's always like, Sully! He's always like correcting him, and yeah.
Or
I would totally, go ahead.
I could be Raz. I'm always watching you.
All right, anyway, yes, listeners, let us know. Are there any others out there that we missed?
Yes.
Emily, what is your life lesson from learning about duos?
My life lesson is that everyone is unique in a way, but if you ever feel lonely, you can just think of other characters or actors or
Yeah, I'm definitely going to cut that out. Actually, maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
But if you're ever feeling like you're alone in the world or nobody else is like you, just think of like some characters or some actors out there that you can relate to, and then you won't feel so lonely. And then you'll be like, oh my gosh, we have so much in common. We're BFFs.
Yeah, that would be a good quarantine exercise, actually. What characters are you like? And then maybe what characters do you want to be more like? And then maybe you can aspire to that. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe.
so fun. What about you, Anne?
I would say my life lesson I'm going to pull from Grace and Frankie. Sometimes you might be surprised who your best friend could be. Don't, because like they started out as kind of enemies and they really did not like each other very much. But because of mutual circumstances, they end up becoming best friends. And so I think my life lesson is just because you meet someone who you don't like initially, give them a chance and you might be surprised. You might end up being best friends.
Did you not like me at the beginning, Anne?
No.
I
I pretty much
complimented
liked you right
you.
away.
Oh, okay.
You did. Yep. That, like the very first thing you ever said to me was a very nice compliment.
Which, fun fact for anybody who didn't know, Anne and I actually met at work. I was already working there and she came in for an interview and I was like, hi, are you here for the interview? I love your pants.
Yeah. And I was like, thank you. It made me feel very good because I was nervous.
Yay, that was my goal.
Yeah, you did a very good job. And then you like offered me water.
Ugh.
And then we sat there awkwardly for like a minute while I waited for the other interview to get done before me.
Love it.